one. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our channel. Welcome to the last in our little series of discussions with our fantastic cast. And today we have the one and only April Raygun.
Hello, hi. It's me, April.
Very good. Very good.
I'm really excited to do this.
Yes. So am I. Well, let's get into it. I'm going to ask you a question.
I will try to answer it.
April.
Yes.
Who are you, and what is your history of TTRPGs?
Oh, me. I'm April. She, her. You can find me over as April Raygun. I'm a queer ace TTRPG person who does things. And I got into this because I kind of got dragged into it with some friends. Before that, I didn't really like TTRPGs back before like 2019. Had some bad experiences, but then I just found the right people, and now I love it.
Woohoo! So by bad experience, you just mean bad DMs, or just bad players, or just bad in general?
Just not a lot of female-friendly games when I was younger.
Oh yes. Well, yes, we can do a whole episode on that. But let's keep going for now.
But yeah, it's awesome.
Yes, it is. All right. Questions from the Twitch, and we have so many on Twitter. We will try not to be here for 5 hours, but can't promise anything.
I'm ready.
Question: D&D Jordan Lee. Hello.
Hi,
Jordan. So they say. So I've talked to Duval about this before, but often these characters embody a certain part of us. Example: joy, curiosity, etc. What is Nira for you?
Nira is the curiosity. She just kind of wants to keep exploring and going forward. She just wants to learn more and know more. It's pretty much it.
Good answer. And Lee, hey Lee. Thank you, Lee, for your amazing work.
I can't wait for you to see Lee's latest creations.
Yes. Do you, April, have a favorite spell? Oh, good question.
So different characters have favorite spells. I have one whose favorite spell is the rope one, rope trick. And then she just climbs up a rope and just hangs out it and shoots little snipes out the rope. I have one of my wizards, her favorite spell was frost fingers, and she did it with little finger guns. Frost fingery damage. So it really just depends on the spell. Currently, Nira doesn't have one because Nira's still learning about being a bard and stuff. And what you haven't seen yet is Nira constantly changes her mind.
Well, Nira is a ball of chaos, so yes.
Yeah.
And we love her. So, Hope cannot be here today. We miss Hope. We love Hope.
I miss Hope.
She's so fantastic. But she has 4 questions for you.
Okay.
All right. What does Nira think? So what does Nira, not you, what does Nira think just happened in the past episode?
I think with where we left last episode, Nira hasn't really processed what happened yet. She's kind of just in defense mode. Like, everyone is upset, making sure David is good. And I think Nira doesn't really know yet. She's still processing. This is a lot.
Yeah, I think we're all processing. Good answer. What are Nira's thoughts on the Nightmare King?
Not pleasant. She wants to she wants to end this and get out of here. But also a little curious. What can do all this? Like, what could possibly have done everything that is seen?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, keep going. What is the first thing Nira would say to the Nightmare King if she were to find him?
You know what? Let's go quickly. She'd be like, "Hey, pick a card," as she holds up the deck of cards.
Okay, this has to happen.
Throws it on the ground to freak him out.
This has to happen. This has to happen. Last one from Hope. I think it's the last one. What's been your favorite part of the adventure so far?
Oh, honestly, it's all of us. the adventure's cool and Hope's doing a great story and the pacing's phenomenal. But just all of us learning to play together, learning to play with Hope, and just I feel like every episode we become more and more of like just a cohesive team.
Yeah.
And I've just like seen our adventures and all of us progress through even just the 4 episodes we've had so far.
Yes. Hell yeah. All right. Another question from Jordan. If Nira could have a mini familiar, displaced beast, etc., what would it be?
Well, Nira's only 2 feet tall, so a mini familiar would be real small. She would have to have. What would be a good familiar for Nira? I think a little lizard.
Ooh.
She'd have a little lizard friend.
I like that.
She's a little dragon. She'd have another little dragon.
What would she call the lizard?
Oh, I don't know. Have to meet the lizard first.
That's a good point. and you are noted for leaving names to the last second. So
everyone who's ever played a game with me knows that I am not the person to name anything. I've literally had other players name my character minutes before the game starts. Because I just can't do it.
That's brilliant. Lee has got a question. I have to answer this too. Okay. You have any thoughts what the captured king has that the Nightmare King wants?
I'm not 100% convinced yet that they're not the same person.
That was going to be my answer.
Yeah. Part of me wonders if this has always been the Nightmare King and he just woke up.
I think that, but then I keep coming back to the plural of fantastic kings, and I'm thinking, maybe he wants some kind of magic from the floating city realm. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, which is good. So am I.
2 episodes to figure this shit out.
Yeah, figure this shit out, exactly. Jordan has another question. Thank you for all the questions, Jordan. What inspired you in creating Nira? Was it music, anime, art?
I think Jordan, who has watched me make characters, will know. I picked last. I let everyone kind of come up with their ideas, and at the end of it, I was like, I'll play a bard. That sounds fun. And then I picked a purple kobold, and that's kind of where the whole thing came from. I wish I could say that there was a huge inspiration. I just really thought it would be fun to play a bard, and I love playing kobolds, so I just went, ta-da!
Well, we love it.
David, you watched it happen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I've kind of noticed a pattern of like not many people pick clerics these days, and it's like, well, I've noticed that. Maybe you haven't noticed that, but I'm like, the healing seems to come from elsewhere. So,
I
druid,
recently had played a cleric with Duval, so I was like,
okay.
I can't do that again.
Right. Okay. Cool. All right. Another question from Lee. If you could have a combo attack or action with the other players, what would they be? Oh, nice one.
Oh man, Lee, we already had a combo. The broom and thorn whip. I feel like we do that constantly. I 100% believe that was not our first time. That we're just like flying above cities and you're just thorn whipping stuff that we need.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's my favorite combo move.
Yep, I like that. Deval asks, and I'm going to second this question, how are you so fucking talented?
I am only as talented as the people around me.
Good diplomatic answer.
It's true. I've gotten to play with some really amazing people, y'all included, and that's the only reason.
Good answer. All right. And Danny, I don't think Danny can be here today. I don't think Danny's here, but she's got more Twitter questions. Danny asks, how does Nira compare to other characters you've played?
I play a lot of chaotic characters. That is not something that is hidden. Nira definitely has one of the happiest backstories. I just decided she was just a happy little lady, just doing her thing, and I think that's what it was. Is just she's just a little happy little person. She's probably the happiest character I've ever played.
I think we need it because all the rest of us has so much going on, like emotionally. We kind of need this balance. We need the juxtaposition of
Yeah, everyone's having these horrible nightmares. People they love are hurting them. Like everyone I love is great. We love each other. Like we have family game nights.
Oh, and everyone's so jealous. Yeah. Next one from Danny. What is your favorite class?
So one of my favorite classes that I haven't played in a long time is a rogue. I love being a little sneaky steak. Monk is also really high up there. I really enjoyed being playing a monk. Those are about two of my favorite classes.
Interesting. If you were to get the opportunity in the future to play Nira some more, would you consider multi-classing?
So that actually is, I think, Nira's future is multi-classing.
Ooh.
As our conversation happened, where she just said she just picked it up and she could play and just kind of went with it. She just kind of has been doing things. So who knows if she would have picked something else up, if that would have been.
Yeah.
So I think with this group especially, she's kind of seen more things that she could do and learning a little bit more about herself.
Very interesting. Okay. All right, let's get through Danny's questions. What's your favorite part of TTRPGs?
Just getting to meet and play with awesome people and creating all these little worlds and just there's a connection that you make in TTRPGs that's not the same as if you just play a video game or something else with people. And so that's what I like about it. Yeah,
because I think you're being more open and vulnerable than you are with just sitting there playing a controller. Yeah. I like this question from Danny. Does Nira fall asleep to her terrible bedtime story bear every night?
So one of the things that I forgot to ask, was too distracted to ask, but should have asked, is when Nira went to sleep that night, she would have played a thing on the teddy bear. So I think y'all are going to have to get used to weird, horrible teddy bear stories every night, because she 100% would be.
I can't wait for that.
We just have too much other horrible things that could happen to us.
Yes. Another question from Jordan. Thank you, Jordan. Okay, quick. Nira is being sent to the Shadowfell. What 3 items would she grab?
Broom. 100%.
Broom. Cheeseburgers.
Always have her broom. Her broom, David, and her deck of cards. I know David's not an item. I get that.
Apparently David is now an item. You heard it here first. David is now an item.
I am not leaving David or going anywhere without David.
Leah's got a statement. Mythic Quest one shot. Yes. We need to do that. Yeah. Do it. Create it.
Let's do it.
Do it.
I've never said no to that.
Yeah. Question to both Damien. Hi, Jordan, and April. What are some things you would like to see happen in this game and in TTRPGs in general? Very good question.
So something I would like to see in this game is some of our very sad players get a little bit of happiness in their lives. To get a little, after last week, I just wanted to be happiness for everyone. They all deserve it. And what I would like to see in TTRPGs are more in general, and I don't think it's in this game specifically, is seeing one, more diversity. We're doing pretty good, but others aren't. And 2, people enjoying the game for more than just winning. We see a lot of games where people get obsessed with winning and not about like the actual role play of it.
Yes.
And I think what Hope does a great job is if we do bad roles or do badly in a situation, Hope kind of changes it up and it's still a fun experience.
Oh yeah, if my character goes down to 0 hit points or God forbid dies even, I'll be just as happy as winning if it's a good role playing experience personally.
You can't die.
Okay.
I am not explaining that. I'm not having that conversation with the rest of the group.
Hope that's you hear that? Okay.
I got cure wounds on there somewhere.
Yeah. So, and I'll answer that question too because it was to me as well. Thank you, Jordan. In this game, I'd like to see. Yeah, I'd like to see us help each other somehow with each other's backstories. That would be really cool. Like, I kind of like want to, especially San Leon. I feel like I want to. He seems to have such a dark past. I kind of like want to help him and like take down his whole family for him or something. It's kind of what I want.
So what we really need is more than 6 episodes because I don't know how we're going to go kill like a whole vampire family, go take Kotatari's husband's gift, do whatever David needs to do to have a smile. I don't know. And then figure out your shit.
Exactly.
So bad.
I know. Yeah, complete David's prophecy. Yeah, it's like in 2 episodes. And in D&D and TTRPGs in general, yes, I want to see more diversity. I want to see more quality control from Wizards of the Coast so that abomination doesn't happen again, if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, more diversity. Yeah, absolutely. So let's go to Fallen Angels questions. Thank you, Fallen Angel. You always have excellent questions. A couple of these have already been answered. How about what has been most fun and most what has been the most fun and challenging thing about playing Nira?
I think the most fun is being like the little chaotic element of the group, which is just always fun. And the most challenging, learning how to bard better is probably the most challenging. Spell management and knowing when to use things. I'm still learning how to play my character and everything I've chosen for her. So it's always action economy is a fun thing to figure out.
Yeah, totally. I think I know the answer to this question, but what came first, race, class, or backstory?
I think it was the class.
Yeah.
Class, then kobold, and backstory is coming soon. Building it here together.
Yeah. Yeah.
5 or 6 bullet points. I knew we were only going to have 6 episodes, and I'd already had heard some of the other backstories, and I'm like, I want to explore those. And so I kind of slowed down on building stuff because I want to see everyone else's stuff more.
Touche, yeah, me too. I want to see everyone's. What went through your mind when the DM destroyed the Dream pirate ship? Oh, yes.
So, because Nira has been traveling with David so much, that really influenced the decision to try to save them. She knew that there was a small chance she could, and she had one of the only people with the ability to do that at the time. So she just reacted. I don't think Nira has never seen anything like that level of devastation or people just get demolished for no reason.
Yeah.
And when she does, it's not going to be okay.
No. I think it's one of the things I love about Nira is how she does just react totally on instinct. Whereas for me, like Reginald will be thinking about half an hour about what to do. I just love that about Nira.
And that's why we have a good mix of those 2 groups.
Yes. What went through your mind when David sacrificed himself and saved Nira by having Kia teleport her to the brick house?
I'm still angry about that. It was it was so cool. It was the coolest move. Like, don't get me wrong. I loved it thematically. Nira was so pissed. Like, how dare you? We could have tried to figure out a way to get us both back. How dare you?
Mm-hmm.
But also, it meant a lot to her because they're like best friends.
And I love them together. They're gorgeous. It's kind of like, this seems to be a theme. It's kind of like Coach Star being pissed off at Reginald for jumping in the portal. This is a theme. It's like, no, stop being self-sacrificing.
Stop almost dying for others. But we're heroes.
Let's go over to the Twitch for a bit. Lee asks, can you show me how to play our small sizes better? You do great.
I found
you really do great.
It's just using space, I guess. Every so often, I like remind people, like, oh, like plump, like on the counter, or I'll just like look up. I think that's the best way I do it.
Yes.
Is every so often, like if I know we're in a group talking, I'll make sure to do a little thing.
Yeah. No, you do that really well. Okay, another one from Lee. Did you expect David to hitch a ride on your quest to save people at the time?
No, I did not expect you to do that. I don't know why. It is exactly what you would do. And I think it was a really cool moment. And so I'm really glad you did it.
So am I. Great moment. Okay, back to Fallen Angels questions. What did Nero think about being left alone in the Nightmare Realm after she dove in to follow David and Reginald?
So because that was in combat, that was only like, what, 12 seconds? About 2, maybe 3 rounds that I was in there before anyone else. I don't think she fully processed she was in the Nightmare Realm. She was just like, oh, shit. And just went after David without thinking. She just knew she had to I have to go get David now. Why did Reginald jump down? I can't bring all 3 of us back on this broom, and I don't know how far it is. So that was her thing. Is like, now I gotta go save 2 of them. Yep.
That was beautiful. How do you feel about puzzles in games, TTRPG?
I like puzzles. I really enjoy them. I think more games should have puzzles. And like the puzzle we had, there was more than one way to solve it. We found out we had solved it in the chat earlier. If I had just turned everyone invisible the moment we started, I would have ruined that puzzle. But I like that there were multiple ways and like different things gave us different outcomes.
Do you think of yourself as being good at puzzles?
I'm decent at puzzles.
I'm terrible. But I love them.
I want to believe that I like them a lot more than I do, but I'm very bad at them.
You can't be worse than me. How amazing was that nightmare sequence? Did any of the nightmares surprise you?
I think they all did. None of us had really talked about our nightmares or really a lot of our backstories. I kind of assumed some of them, like the Illithids would show up. But in the way that it happened and the way it was, that Hope did the whole scene and everyone's reactions were not what I was expecting.
Yeah. Yep.
I think I'm so glad that Near's nightmare wasn't a big one because I was just like sitting there going, and what happens next? And then what happens next? I want to watch this. I don't want to play. I got to watch what's happening.
Yeah, I was like that with, it was an emotional marathon, that one. Oh boy. Jordan has another question for both of us. What are activities that your characters like to do outside of adventuring? Do they like to crochet? Are they part of a book club? What do they do for fun, relaxation, better their mental health? Oh, I like this.
You go first this time.
Okay, thank you. So I played Reginald, if you didn't know Jordan. And he's a marquis. He's a fancy noble. His raison d'etre is to become a famous fencer. So he's practicing his sword fighting. He's also a rune knight. So he's practicing his rune carving. He loves jewels, especially rubies. So he's practicing his jewelry along with Silver, who taught him this stuff. And that's it. He's really dedicated to that. So he's, I guess you could say they're hobbies, but they're also his kind of purpose. So, and he's a bit of a fancy prick sometimes.
He's a fancy man.
He's a fancy man. Yes. What about you?
I've said it a couple times. A lot of the things in Nira's backpack are broken, so I think she spends a lot of times like tinkering on it, fixing them. Not very well, but just kind of putting her instruments back together and making new instruments. And pretty much any paper craft you could think of, she's probably tried. And her, like, maybe I'll be a poet bard. So she has like a poetry journal that's really bad, like pressed flowers. Like, no, that's not fun. Maybe I'll be a story journal. And she has like a book half finished of really bad stories, like washi tape all over them and stickers. And
I love washi tape.
There's like a scrapbook of the things we've been doing that she's collecting stuff
I love it. I love it.
Lots of paper crafts.
So is she going to like have a few pages dedicated to all the nightmares?
Yeah, probably when we get out of here.
Yeah. Oh man, I want to see that.
Gotta figure out how to do that.
I want to see fan art of that.
That'd be so cool.
That would be awesome. All right, back to Fallen Angel. What does Nira think of her companions?
She likes them.
She likes everyone.
Yeah, she's pretty laid back. One of the things that we kind of discussed when we were doing this is kind of Nira's like kind of collecting adventurer stories. So everyone has these really cool stories and backstories, and they do some really neat things. So she's really happy. She's with some really fun people, really cool people who she thinks are going to help write some really fun stories.
Yeah. Yeah. What are some of your favorite moments so far? Ooh.
So, of course, the nightmare scenario scene, that was great. Jumping through the portal, loved every moment of that. The fights have been so good. Blowing up the ship, and we had to like try to save them, and we couldn't. Like, that was great. Like, there were so many great moments, and everyone has had good moments. Like your conversation with Silva, the Kotatar, and the other character's name. Oh God, I feel bad.
San Leon.
San Leon.
Yeah.
I literally have San Leon written on the paper in front of me. I keep forgetting sometimes that I'm a player, and I just want to watch y'all do things. And every conversation and every big moment is my new favorite moment.
I know. I'm always feeling like that. Oh my God. Far out. Has anything changed about Nira from before the game to now?
Yeah. Her accent changes almost episode to episode because I can't figure out what I'm doing with her voice. I had originally written that she was going to be more of a like, I don't want to say that because I might still use it.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Yeah, I know. Everything is the same except voice and a little bit of backstory stuff, but some of it I'm changing, and I think we might get to learn about that in the next 2 episodes.
Yeah. Where did Where did Nira learn to play the instruments?
So, Nira has a larger family, and their kobolds are kind of communal. So there were a lot of people who played instruments just around the town and village, and she kind of picked things up from here and there. Same with writing and poetry, like traveling bards would come through. She's like, oh, that's cool. Yeah. I wonder if I can do that. Oh, I can. Huh. And then would get bored with it and then pick up the next thing. So just anytime someone has a new cool instrument or something, she kind of picks up a little bit of it.
Love it. Love it. Another question from Jordan. Oh, for both of us. Dice. What colored dice would Reginald and Nira main? And which dice dice do they embody? D4, D6, etc. Okay. Oh
God.
So what color dice do we use? I assume that question is like.
Yeah, I mean purple. Yeah. I'm a purple kobold.
I haven't thought about that. I've got some rainbow dice, some pride dice, and I've got some ice kind of, icy kind of color dice, like white and blue.
Change ice every season? Change your dice every season that you play?
Oh, yes, I should do that. Yes. Oh, great idea. Okay,
so cool.
I hadn't thought about that till now, so thank you, Jordan. I'm definitely going to do this. I might have to buy some dice. Okay. All right, I'm going to write this down. Okay. Excellent. What dice do I embody? D8? maybe. Reginald's a D8. What's Nira?
Nira would be a coin flip. Am I going to do this or not? Shit.
D2. A D2.
Either I'm going to do it or I'm going to not. I don't know which one, but I'm going to flip a coin.
Question for both of us again from Jordan. What are Reginald and Nira's favourite foods? Can be comfort food like chocolate or ice cream.
Oh, Reginald's going to have something fancy, isn't he?
Reginald's got to be a fine camembert and champagne. There we go.
Oh, that's nice. Nira's is going to be like a rich, hearty stew that her mom makes.
Oh, man, I can taste that. Oh.
Super spicy. It's going to be kind of a Korean stew. All my characters are Korean. I don't care what they are. Kobold, half orc, elf. They're all Korean.
Oh, yeah.
So like a really rich Korean stew.
Oh, okay, I'm drooling now. Back to Fallen Angels. I like this question. What are some of Nira's favorite moments from home, and does she miss home?
Ooh. She misses home. She definitely misses home. She misses her sisters. She is the fourth of 6, so it's kind of a busy home.
Mm-hmm.
Aha, you heard that here first.
Ooh.
And her family is really supportive of her kind of traveling the world and figuring out her life. So, again, like that's what I said, she comes from like a really supportive, happy family. And you're like, you want to be a bard? Be a bard. Go, have fun. Does it not work? You can come back. We'll figure it out.
Oh my God, I love this so much. I'm like, we all do each other's backstories and it's all like doom and gloom. And we're like, hey, and then when it's yours, it's like, hey, come in, eat.
Yeah, we're going to go visit my family. Everyone's going to duck really low, but it's going to be like, here, are you hungry? Let's have some meals.
Oh.
We're going to send you off with some care packages. Kobolds are really nice and loving in this religious, big family environment. The whole town is going to come out and greet us.
Oh my God. I want to do this so bad. What brings Nira joy? What makes her sad? What makes her angry?
Nira loves to learn new things. It's a whole curiosity. She likes to travel. She likes to find all something new to learn. That's her biggest thing, and she likes learning things. It just came in the form of musical ability, aptitude.
Yep.
So I think what would bring her the greatest joy is like finding new musical instruments that aren't typical of the area, so she can kind of show them off and learn to play them.
Ooh,
and then like what angers her?
Or something.
People being dumb, people hurting her friends, people hurting people who are unable to defend themselves.
Yep. What makes her sad? Same thing, I guess.
Yeah. I think she was a little sad on the road by herself at first, but then she met David and kind of was like, "Oh, now we're traveling again. Let's be friends. Oh, you have a big you're gonna be a hero. Cool. Let's figure out there. You seem really torn about this. Let's figure this out." So she has like this new mystery that she's learning about and uncovering. So it kind of helped with her homesickness.
Oh, I love it. What made her become an adventurer?
She wanted to find new things to learn. She comes from kind of a not a super small town, but like it's a very industrial like cave town, and she wanted to kind of go and see the world.
Love it.
Again, she's a middle child, so
yeah,
like she has a sister going and doing great things at university, and other ones that are doing like great things with like construction. She's like, I'm gonna go be a traveling bard. I'm gonna join a band, Mom. That's exactly what Nira did, and then went on the road.
And your family's amazing, so like, sure.
Okay. When you have 6 kids, like, you just gotta hope that some of it works out, I think.
Okay, how did she meet her companions?
Oh. So again, this is something that we talked about a little bit. She met David first, just kind of traveling around. And then we kind of talked about, we were just kind of forming a group. And at one point, Nira kind of was like, hey, you cool? and they just kind of added on, but we haven't really fully explored how the group came together.
No, not in complete detail, no. It's been hints and little bits and pieces, yeah.
Super secret backstory episode that we can only get together on if Hope lets us stay together.
Exactly. Where did she get her broom? I want to know this too.
So, a lot of things that Nira gets, she kind of picks up or finds, as we saw with it. Like, it's on the ground, it's mine.
Yep.
You lost it. It's no longer yours. It's now mine. I found it. So 100% the broom is something that belonged to someone else that she just walked away with without thinking twice, and it's now hers. The deck of the cards were from a gambling. Like, she won those through gambling.
I have a feeling that at some stage she's going to get arrested for stealing, even though she's not meaning to steal. So she's going to be like,
walk off.
Walk off. There's another.
Puts it in her bag, just walks away.
There's another one shot for you.
She gets distracted really easily, and she's like, "Oh, I should pay for this. Oh, what's that over there? Are we leaving? Okay, bye." And just leaves.
Then the waiter comes after you. Hey, pay your bill. Pay your bill.
Yeah, it's not because she means to steal. It's just she steals a lot.
She just happens to have things on her person that might not belong to her.
Mm-hmm.
Duval is saying that we should do a Nira family one shot. Yes, I agree.
Yes.
All right, back to Fallen Angel. What does Nira really think about David's food?
She loves it. She's not going to lie to David about that. He is a good cook.
Yes.
And if he wasn't a good cook, Nira loves it. She would lie about that. Because David is her friend and she cares how he feels. But David's been cooking for a while and he's gotten better over the last couple months.
Yeah, I like that. Ooh, I like this question. If she could ask each of her companions one question, what would she ask?
She'd all ask them the same question, how can I help?
Oh,
she knows, especially right now.
That's so beautiful.
Everyone's going through a lot. And she just wants to know how she can help right now.
Oh, Nira's the best. Let's go back to the Twitch. Jordan again asks, question for both of us. Who in the party does your character trust the most and the least?
Oh, easy. Most David, least Reginald.
Yes. Yes.
You use too many flowery words. I can't trust you.
Too many fancy words.
But she still trusts you.
Yeah. For Reginald trusts Silver the most because they grew up together. And least, maybe Nira because
yeah, you can say that. You've seen me steal.
Well, but also because he doesn't understand Nira. He still doesn't understand. Nira is an enigma inside of a conundrum inside of a ball of chaos. So he doesn't understand Nira. Yeah. Another one from Jordan. For both of us again. If your characters were not adventurers, what would they be doing? Farming, shopkeepers, the NPC that gives quests.
Nira would for sure run like a little store in town.
Reginald would be marqueeing because he's a marquis. So he would be just running his little town of Sackville and still trying to get better at fencing, but probably not succeeding as much. And probably getting in trouble with his mother a lot.
I can't wait to meet your family.
Oh, neither can I. Actually, maybe I can. Jordan has so many good questions.
Jordan's great at this.
What is Nira the most insecure about? I don't think Nira's insecure about anything.
I think the thing she's most insecure about is she's not able to do enough. I think, especially with the no voice, all of my spells, and I checked this during this part, and I checked every wording of everything I could do requires a verbal component. And without that, Nira was useless. And I think she's going through this big mental state. As soon as she snaps out of taking care of other people, which I think is her defense, going to have to accept that she might be useless if she can't magic. Which, of course, isn't true.
No, of course not.
But she's gonna have to figure that out. Because what if it happens again?
Yeah, well, maybe if she progresses, she'll get spells that don't have a verbal component, or specialize in something else. Maybe.
Yeah, that's where, like, I've been thinking about this. That I like the whole weight of I couldn't do anything really got to me during that. Like, I was like, oh no. So that was the other part where, like, she might learn other things, like multi-class. Yes. Because she doesn't want to feel powerless again.
Yes, we don't want Nira to be powerless. Another Jordan question. Does Nira have an artifact or item that is super important to them from home? What is it?
One of the things that Nira has a lot of bits and baubles kind of like on her and attached to her. And she definitely has little bits, little things to remind her of every member of her family and just important people in town. It's just like little jewels or like little parts of charm bracelets that came from like a sister, and like part of a necklace that's her mom's.
That's so sweet. Love it. Oh my god, so many questions. Fallen Angel asks, does Nira understand loss? Does she think about the possibility that she could lose her friends?
Yeah, she does. That's part of the reason she was so upset about trying to save little one on the boat. She understands loss and has seen loss, but doesn't want to see it happen to anyone she cares about. She knows it's part of life.
Yeah.
But it would destroy her if that happened to any of her friends. Yeah. It's literally why I took Cure Wounds, is because of that.
Yep. I love working in spells or abilities that have a backstory or an emotional component or something to do with the character rather than just being tick Cure Wounds or something.
Yeah. Every spell I take, especially and for Nira too, had a reason I took it.
Which is why you're such a good player, I think, because you think about those things.
Every spell I took, she used it before for a specific reason, and that's why she has it, and that's why it's be helpful in the future.
I love that so much. Follow-up question: does Nira worry about consequences?
Eventually. Like I said, Nira's just kind of like a do it or don't. She doesn't think about them in the moment. But there have been things like she's suffered from consequences before, and maybe they'll come again one day, but in the moment, no. There are no consequences in the moment.
Okay, let's have a look here. Oh, Jordan asks, thank you for all the questions, Jordan. No, we love it. Questions for both of us. What is your character's scent? Oh, think Dior or Calvin Klein in terms of a perfume.
Come on, Reginald. What's your scent? Do you have like 7 different ones in your bag that you mix daily?
Well, see, I'm an Eladrin, so the scent is probably the scent of the season. So at the moment he's winter, so he would smell very wintry. He doesn't need perfume. He smells automatically like a cold, frosty morning or something. Yeah.
I love that. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Nira probably, no, she doesn't have a scent. She probably smells a lot of like earth and fire from like sleeping close to the campfire. But she does use, I did it for David's character. She does use prestidigitation for things like that. Like I used it for the scents that David likes.
Yeah.
So that's kind of her version of having a scent is that.
Yeah. Yep. Fallen Angel asks, for both of us again, what do you think of Hope's homebrew rules? Oh, come on. They're amazing.
They're so good.
Amazing. We get trains, for God's sake. We're going to get trained. We're so excited.
Hope is an amazing DM. Everything she's done has been great. I haven't had a moment yet where I'm just like, oh, Hope. Ugh. No, she's great. Every rule she has is great. Every ruling is great. I just love playing this game.
Yep, 100%. Hope is an amazing DM, and we're very lucky.
Hope is easily one of my favorite DMs I've had.
Easily.
And 2 of them are in this chat.
I have not DM'd with Jordan or Duval, but I would love to.
You should. They're also, again, another 2 of my favorites.
Excellent. I'll put that on my bucket list. Where were we? Jordan asks again, for both of us, what are Nira and Reginald's pet peeves? Oh. That's a good question. What do you think Nira's is?
So one of Nira's is people who think they're better than. So I think that's why there was probably some clashing when her and Reginald first met, because you were fancy bad, but then she got to know you're like, oh, you don't actually think you're better than.
Yeah.
So probably really stuck up people who are better than or anyone who hurts people. That's her biggest pet peeve. And mouth breathers.
I think for Reginald, it would probably be anyone who is from the aristocratic class not being perfectly presented. Because he got really annoyed at San Leon for having his hair out of place.
That's so good. I love that.
Jordan asks again, what makes your character feel safe?
Being surrounded by people. Like I said, she comes from a big family, a very close community. She doesn't really like being alone.
That's for me too. For Reginald, it will be Silver. Silver makes Reginald feel safe. And another question, what memory does Nira and Reginald want to forget the most? Now, I'm not going to say for Reginald because it's a spoiler, so I'm not going to say what it is.
Ooh.
It's a backstory spoiler.
Nira has been lucky enough where she doesn't have any of those yet. Like those things that's like, oh, I wish they could have done differently, but she doesn't have any huge regrets yet in her life. She's just kind of been floating along most of it. So nothing big. I feel like it's going to happen eventually, but not yet.
I look forward to it. Jordan asks, what unusual talents does Reginald and Nira possess? Unusual talents. I don't know. For Reginald, he's just so narrowly focused on what he wants to be good at. I don't think he really has any unusual talents. Well, none that he's discovered yet. Maybe he'll discover some. Yeah.
Ooh, I can't wait. I think Nira has a lot of like bard related talents, like juggling, basic street magic, like not even like real magic, but like find the card kind of things. Like I said, she picks up a lot of hobbies for a short period of time, so she could do a lot. She could do a lot of little things. But she doesn't have anything I think that would be that unusual.
Yeah,
especially for a bard.
Fallen Angel asks, does Nira play pranks on her companions?
100%. This has not been the place to do it, which is why nothing has happened yet. But I 100% believe that every so often, like, she walks past Reginald and makes it smell like poop or something to make Reginald paranoid that he stepped in something, or like does like cast invisibility on someone as they walk into a room to say something. Just so she does little things, but nothing that would harm anyone.
Well, she did the cheeseburger thing. And so did Coach Star, actually, yes. That was funny.
That was funny. San Leon's just fun to prank.
Yes, he is. He's the best to prank, I think. Jordan asks, what advice would your character give to a younger version of themselves? Such good questions.
Oh, what's a good thing that she would give advice? Learn more than just to play an instrument.
Yes. For Reginald, probably be more open and honest with Silver. I think growing up, I think would be the answer to that. More teasing of the backstory there.
I can't wait. I need to know why.
So, I think we are through the questionnaires.
Did I get through all of them?
I think so. I don't think I missed any.
Under an hour?
Oh, we're still not done yet. I think I might have I might have one or two. I might have one or two. Let's have a look here. Oh, how did you first meet or come to know about our fabulous DM?
I was a fan of Hope's before I met Hope. I had watched a few other things that Hope has been part of, and I really enjoyed them. And then I was lucky enough to play with Lee, and Lee suggested me to Hope. And that's, that's kind of how I'm here and got to play. But yeah, I was a fan of Hope for a while. Hope's great.
Hope is great. Well, so glad to have you. Well, without spoilers, what are you hoping to happen in the remaining episodes for your character and also in the narrative?
I want to beat up the Night King. That's all I care about. Our Nightmare King, we're going to beat him up. We're going to beat him up real good.
Hell yeah.
And we're going to get everyone home. We're going to deliver the present. In 2 episodes, we're going to deliver a present to a husband. We're going to make David the savior. We're going to see the Feywild, figure out Urine Silva's stuff, go kill a vampire overlord. We're going to do all that in 2 episodes.
Yes, speed run. Deval just asked a question, but I think you kind of just answered that.
I want everyone to be happy. Nira wants everyone to get happiness in their life and to be able to be okay.
Yes, 100%. So I always ask this question. It's very subjective, and I don't want anyone to be too hard on themselves. But what do you think has worked so far for Nira, and what do you think hasn't worked, if anything?
What hasn't worked? The way I built a couple things did not work like I intended. And so I've been relearning how some of the mechanics work. And I think I didn't properly learn my mechanics pre-playing. Also, her accent, again, has changed like every episode because I can't figure out what I want to do. And I constantly mess up accents. What has worked is I think she works as the little chaotic little thing in the party. I like how she kind of fits in, especially with everyone's stuff. And I don't dislike anyone's sad backstory. I want to see all of them, but I'm really glad I gave her a happy backstory. So at least one of us is like, hello. Yay! Why is everyone so messed up?
Who or what do you think the Nightmare King is?
So if he's not the king we're going to go find, we were supposed to find, I think the Nightmare King is going to be this like weird godlike entity that we're going to have to beat up, and we're gonna.
Yeah, Nira positivity. Yes.
And I wish we had more than 6 episodes, because I don't know. I just like he's going to be like this. I just feel like he's going to be related to the Fae, because it's the Fae city that fell and the Fae king that called him.
Yeah. And
then when I think about that too much, I get scared that he might be your father.
My father?
I don't know. You have weird people in the Feywild. Like, oh, maybe they're related to you. She doesn't know a lot of elves.
He just blew my brain. Oh my god. That would totally screw him up. Oh my god. Hope, do not do this to me. Do not do this to me.
Well, the Nightmare King knew Silva real well.
Oh, shit. Damn.
I don't know what's going on. Mira
Okay.
wasn't supposed to fight Nightmare Kings.
I need to
She was
process
supposed to
this.
go town
Okay.
to town.
Yeah. Well. Jeez. Okay. Now my brain is blown. Fallen Angel has a question. What do you, as a player, want to know about the other characters' backstories?
Well, after last episode, there's a lot. I need to know what happened with you, Silva, and that whole situation. Kotatar and the Illithids and his family background and what, like, how bad they affected his family. San Leon, I need to find out about these vampires.
Yep.
And David, I need to figure, like, every character has a thing I need to figure out. And we saw little teases of it last episode. And, like, David's supposed to be a hero that saves the world, but against what? Is this the Nightmare King it?
Yeah.
This can't be it. This seems too easy. Are we supposed to be heroes?
Yeah.
So everything.
And for Nero, we just want to meet her family and have lunch.
And you're just like, hey, you want to? We make really good pie.
Yeah.
I, for some reason, made kobolds hobbits, but
I think that's fair. Kobolds have been picked on over the years, so I think they need to be enjoyed and embraced.
the kobold halfway hobbit community would be great.
Yeah. All right. Any more questions? Please put them in the chat. Otherwise, I'll ask my final question. I ask everyone.
I would like to say Duval. Yeah, Kotatar and Nira do need a party move.
Oh yes, they really do. Yeah.
We all need team moves, and I can't wait.
Yes. Fastball specials. Yes. Do you, April, have anything to plug?
This game for 2 more episodes. Thursdays, every other Thursday, I do Arcade with Duval's in there too, and I play a platypus barbarian because I like playing small creatures. Yeah, I'm a 2 foot tall platypus barbarian.
That's
I'm the
cute.
shortest member of the party, and then alternatively on Saturdays, I'm the tallest member of the party as a monk fairy. I'm a 6'3" monk.
Nice.
And everyone's shorter than me, and it's hilarious. I do that on Saturdays with D&D Jordan Lee on Epistrano.
Nice.
Mondays, starting this week, Malgoth versus Visigoths over at Bad House. The Gathonic kids are working on some more stuff. North by Northwest the new season of my podcast is coming out. We're currently casting a Scum and Villainy podcast in Atlanta. If you're Atlanta local, hit me up. I do a lot. Twitter's usually the best way to follow me.
Yes.
And AceCon. AceCon is next weekend. That's going to be even cooler.
Yes.
I'm in it. Jordan's in it. Duval's in it. A bunch of people you'll know and love are in it.
Excellent. Woohoo! Yes, check that out, people. What's the podcast? Not the Atlanta one, the other one. What's that about? I haven't heard of that.
North by Northwest. It's been around for a few years. We are doing a new season with a new cast, new DM. Prince is our DM. It's great. It's also Scum and Villainy. It's a space podcast. Before that, we did before this one was Humblewood, where I played a raccoon barbarian.
I'm sensing a theme.
I like playing animals. If you want to see me play another animal, catch you alien, which Duval DM'd, where I played an otter cleric. Because I like being weird animals.
That's so cute.
So yeah, we did Humblewood, where I played a raccoon barbarian, and we went on some adventures. It's a really cool podcast. Tiffany Raccoon Bee on Twitter is in it with me. I can't remember. There's been so many people on it in the last couple of years, so definitely go check it out. It is a podcast and wonderful.
Excellent. I will.
Also, sorry, one more thing. Yes, Games for Change is coming up in March. We just put out the application to be a player or a DM if you want to join us and help raise money for Stop AAP. Stop AAP I Hate. Please sign up. And Villains. Yeah, we're crowdfunding Villains. Oh God, there's too much. I need to go to bed.
What's Villains? I don't even know. What is that? Are you too tired?
Villains is a Vampire the Masquerade game coming out with Wes Frank as the storyteller. It's going to be a vignette. There's like 15 people in it, and we're going to be playing Vampire the Masquerade in the desert. We are
Ooh.
currently crowdfunding for that. So we just hit, I think, 1,000. We just hit 20%. So I'm very excited. I have I'm not going to tell you too much, but they're the most chill vampire ever, probably, and I'm excited.
Cool. Well, put the crowdfunding thing in the chat if you want. The link.
Okay. I don't know if I find a link. Oh God, I wasn't ready. Thank you, Jordan Duval, for knowing what I'm supposed to be doing.
And yes, any more questions out there? Otherwise, we will wrap it up.
Here's a tweet about it.
Yes, go look at that, people. Go look at that.
Oh, last question.
Last question.
Oh, my favorite Korean food. Okay.
Okay. That would be hard.
It depends what I'm doing. For street food, tobiyaki, wrong words. Tebuki, which is like the rice cakes that are really hot in like a sauce. There's usually an egg in it. Very spicy, delicious. I recently broke and had it with cheese because that was really popular and it's really good. It makes me sad. My favorite like meal is jjampong, which is a spicy Korean soup full of seafood. There's also jjajangmyeon, which is like a black noodle. I love Korean food. I have some. I was gonna have some mandu. There's some in the freezer ready for me right now that my mom made.
Ooh, yes, Korean food is fantastic. We have good Korean food here, so
That's awesome.
Yes, thank you, everyone. Don't forget the game on Wednesday, 6 p.m. PT. We will see you all then.
2 more left. I have a question for you.
Yes.
When are you getting interviewed?
I've already been interviewed.
You were interviewed already?
You missed it. Oh, April, you hurt me.
Is there a VOD for your interview?
Yes, there is.
Perfect. Go watch the VOD of Damien's interview.
Yes.
I'm just making sure.
You are the very last to have the chat, so.
Perfect. So I can watch it on YouTube. I was like, I thought I missed one, but I couldn't figure out which one I missed.
Yeah,
it was yours.
Yeah, Daniel interviewed me. Yeah.
Good.
And he's very good. All right, everyone, have a great night or day wherever you are, and come and join us on Wednesday. Yes. All right. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, April. This is fantastic.
Thank you.
All right. See you all.
Bye.
Bye.